Hey everybody, welcome. This is one shot using the Edge of Decay setting, being developed by myself at Arcanum Syndicate. However, thanks to Blades and Blasters for hosting and everyone that's helping to test the setting. This is using the Chaos system. It's a variant of it, but you can find it in similar games like Demon Gate and Chaos 6010. So it's probably just going to be this episode. And who do we have playing with us tonight? If you could just name yourself and your character, that'd be cool. We could start with Zypher.
Hey, this is Zypher, and I'm playing Jack Anderson, the private investigator.
Nice. Walter Peck.
I will be playing Quaritch tonight, a mercenary turned private investigator.
And Fragment.
Hello, I'm Frag, and I'm playing Dr. James Peterson, a doctor who specializes in forensic science.
And I'm Rogue, and I'll be the Game Master. Alright, let me set you up with your guy there. Boom. There you go. You got access.
Thank you.
Alright, so Quaritch, actually tonight I made you, maybe like this is before you joined up with the other one, the PI guys. So you're going to be like the bodyguard at this nightclub, and basically been getting hired by Mr. Smalls to protect the girls at night and stuff, because some dark shit's been going on.
Sounds good.
And you'll be running into Dr. Peterson and Jack Anderson in a minute.
Alright.
Let's swing on over to the scene here. You guys got sight there?
Yes.
Yes, we do.
The year is 2217, and our world has fallen deeper into despair. Experts say that the L9 virus was the cause of World War III, and many say it was designed to start the war. But whatever, all were just another excuse for bloodshed, a reason to kill others and take what they have. Ever since you've been around, you've known about the L9 virus and World War III. The war happened 60 years ago, and now we live in the remnants of it. It nearly destroyed everything, but we remain struggling in the ashes. We live in the megatropolis called Eden, in what remains of the United States. The city is the haven from the wastelands, and the skeletal remains of the cities beyond the Great Wall. Above us on the moon is the city of Elysium, where the rich and famous get to live in the sky, away from this hell. Those who live in Elysium get to use bionetic enhancements that are grown in genetic perfection. They are monitored with top-of-the-line scientific methods. Those down here get cybernetic implants and all the diseases that come along with it, like cybernetic rejection syndrome and toxic implant virus. But enough about that, let's get to tonight's story. Quaritch, you just got a new bodyguard gig. Somebody has been kidnapping dancers and singers from this nightclub that you're working at called the Blue Haze. So you're able to get this job for the time being as a bodyguard, making ends meet. Tonight, you're being paid by the boss, Mr. Smalls, as a bodyguard. He also wants you to work with these two guys that he called to come down to the club tonight. He tells you to guard the door and bring them into the back office after you meet them when they arrive. Jack Anderson, a tracer, a freelance PI, and Dr. James Peterson. You two got a call from Mr. Smalls to come down to the nightclub. the blue haze. Rent is coming up. So you've been needing a case. So you may be in luck tonight. The camera pans down through the hover cars and the neon advertisements, through the cracks of the large buildings, down to the wet city streets. And it's raining as always. But just a little light drizzle. The neon sign lights up, showing the blue haze. Alright. So, Jack Anderson, you guys arrive. You guys can go ahead and take it away. I guess Quaritch will be at the door or whatever. You'll meet him at the door.
I just want to back up one quick question. Is Jack and James, they're coming from different locations, or they're coming there together from some sort of precinct?
Yeah, I think maybe you guys work together, and maybe you're showing up together. Makes sense.
Cool. So I would say, like, Jack would have gotten the message to come to the Blue Haze, on his compad. Jack gets there before anyone else. He leaves his grungy apartment. As usual, it's raining, it's smoggy. The sea of humanity that just is Eden now is just milling all around him. He's wearing his usual dirty brown overcoat and an old, gumshoe hat he found on sale in some pawn shop on some unknown street in some unknown back alley. As he makes his way to the Blue Haze, he can't but help notice the people around. He always has an eye out. It's just who he is. He sees dealers hanging out in the darkness, transacting in illegal drugs, tweakers in the corner looking for that last hit that'll send them deep into the night, that'll stop the pain. Women of the night showcasing their wares, looking for Johns. It's business as usual. Eventually he makes his way to the Blue Haze and he's stopped by this individual. It seems like a bouncer for the establishment.
Dr. Peterson, early 30s, although he looks much more aged in his face from the wrinkles mainly. He's wearing kind of a more casual but yet still formal brown kind of scrub, so to say, to try and keep himself clean from the lab environment he spends most of his time in. He's also making his way down the street, trying to keep out of the rain the best he can, although no matter what he does, it has a tendency to always find its way to somehow hit him and make his shoulders wet. He's also carving his way through the crowds, yet through a different direction, towards the Blue Haze, as he spots it in the distance, kind of ignoring most of the people around him, sight set firmly in front of him, as he also approaches the front entrance and runs into this conversation Jack and the bouncer are about to have.
Quaritch keeps telling himself that work is work, and whether it's out in the street shooting or hunting down a target, or in this case, standing arms crossed looking intimidating, it all pays the same. As he looks there doing his best to be intimidating and scare off any would-be kidnappers or harassers of the dancers, he notices the two individuals that Mr. Smalls had said would be uh, coming by tonight. Now, the first one he recognizes as a wannabe gumshoe with some rat hat that he had clearly found at a pawn shop, while the other one looks a little bit more professional, most likely the one they called the doctor. As they approach, he waits for them to get close before nodding to both of them. I presume you're Dr. James and you're Mr. Anderson.
You are correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Very well. Quaritch kind of looks past them to ensure they weren't followed or had any sort of tail or interested party before giving a follow me, heading towards the back where Mr. Smalls had requested Quaritch to take them for whatever purpose he had.
You guys pass through the nightclub, the Blue Haze. You can see it's pretty much filled with dancers and strippers and women that they call hostesses, which are pretty much paid to sit with gentlemen and talk, ladies as well, and companions. They get paid for all kinds of things. And some of you might have even been here before. And as you pass through it, you know, the heat from all of the bodies is in here. And the smell, alcohol, and sweat. You get back to the back room, which opens up, and another bodyguard moves out of the way. He just nods to Quaritch, and he lets somebody know in an earpiece that they're coming up. And it doesn't take you long to go up the stairs and run into Mr. Smalls, who sits in kind of a nice looking second floor room with couches and tables and smoke coming from the cigar on an ashtray, and a large kind of wall-wide fish tank. And you can see out into this city at night. Mr. Smalls is sitting on the couch and picks up his cigar and turns to you guys. Hey, thanks for coming by, guys. Please have a seat.
Jack finds a comfortable seat on the couch, kind of lays back. He thinks about putting his feet on the table, but then thinks twice of it, tips his hat back. Mr. Smalls, is there something to drink in this establishment?
Of course, of course. What do you like to drink?
The good stuff. It's a cold night out there. Something to keep the body warm and the mind sharp.
He nods and he says, hey Biggie, why don't you go get that for him? And you notice back through kind of a drapery over one of the passageways, one of his other guards heads off and he says, anything for you? Mr. Peterson, is it?
Dr. Peterson, no thank you. And he'll very kind of timidly, and somehow a little off-puttingly will just kind of slide into one of the seats, taking a good look around the room before kind of fixating on the conversation.
He leans back and takes a puff of his cigar, and And he says, I've got a proposition for you guys. Usually some of my guys handle any of the jobs that I need doing, but this is something I want to keep a little quiet, you know. And it's kind of embarrassing as well. But we've been having a few girls end up missing. Figure maybe they're getting kidnapped or something. Not from the establishment, but from their apartment buildings in the local area. It's been happening the past couple of weeks. We got a lot of dirtbags that come in here and stuff, and that's a lot of people to watch, you know what I mean? But we hired Mr. Quaritch here. He's a new watchman, and I would like to have him come with you on this job, you know, to help you out if you end up taking the case. Is this something you guys would be interested in?
Dr. Peterson, after hearing all this, will kind of raise an eyebrow and slowly and slightly cock his head over towards Jack, almost expecting an answer from him.
Jack looks around, doesn't say anything till Biggie comes by with a glass and a tall bottle of what looks like Japanese whiskey. He lets Biggie pour him a tall one and takes a sip, purses his lips, closes his eyes, and breathes in a deep breath and gives out a long sigh. Ah. Things like this is to be expected, isn't it, Mr. Smalls? Well, I think we can find out what's happening. This part of town doesn't seem to have a lot of intelligent criminals about.
He smiles a big, toothy sideways grin. And he says, this is true. There's a lot of grimy people in the slums. None of us, of course, though, right?
Of course not. You're an upstanding citizen. That's why I'm here. Helping you.
He says, that's good, that's good. I've heard a little bit about your business there. You, taken on some pretty interesting cases. I think I can count on you to be discreet.
Discretion is what I'm known for, Mr. Smalls. After all, a man like yourself, connected, I can look forward to repeat business.
He nods. He says, that's good. Quaritch here, you're ex-military, right?
Yes, boss, that is correct. I was ex-military, did a bit of mercenary work here and there, but I've settled here in Eden now.
He's like, see this guy? Look at this guy. He's a tank, and if anything goes wrong, you know, I'm sure he'll have your back.
I'll watch out for these two, sir. My only question is, when we do apprehend this individual or individuals that have been harassing your ladies, do you want us to get rid of him quietly, make an example out of him, or bring him back alive if possible so you can have a chat with him?
He thinks about it for a second and stands up, looks out the window, and he says, and then he seems to like look over at the doctor and Jack and kind of a question forming on his face. He says, well, you fellas wouldn't mind if we give some creep like this the dirt nap, would you?
No issues on my end, Mr. Smalls. After all, I am tasked with just finding this individual. Once I find him, what you do with that individual is none of my concern. All I would know is you're going to have a chat with him.
As Mr. Anderson said, it is not in our business to have much of an opinion in this area.
He nods and he says, I was willing to pay you guys $5,000 if you can find out who the fuck is doing this. If you can bring this guy in alive so that I can have a chat with him, as you say, I'm willing to double it.
I like the sound of that.
And he goes over to a comm lab, which is basically just like a smartphone, and puts it on the table, and it brings up a holographic image of a woman's face, a pretty girl. And he says, this girl, she was supposed to come into work last night, and she didn't show up. Her name's Haley Rhymes. She's a singer here. Maybe you guys could start by stopping by her apartment, seeing if she's all right.
Of course. Do you know if the other girls had regulars that were common between them?
No, we did some checking, and no names came up. Nothing came to our attention.
Would it also be possible to get a list of all the girls that have disappeared and perhaps where they lived, so we may possibly investigate their apartments?
Of course. Yeah, we can get you a list of their names.
Thank you.
I did have my guys go and check out the apartments of the other girls, and we haven't found anything at all, but maybe you'll get better luck with Haley. Hopefully you can find her, bring her back.
Dr. Peterson, in response to that, the statement that the other places had kind of been disturbed, will kind of not have the happiest expression on his face, as he knows that can tend to ruin the scene of crimes, but he relents.
Yeah. His goons all over the place. In and out of their places, yeah. You can only imagine. But he stands up, or he walks over and he says, well, gentlemen, Haley lives down on the Lower East Side. And he slides a chip over. The chip is a data chip. He says, here's her information here. It's got her age and her apartment building and her number there. It's on the 6th floor. Is
Jack
the
gets up, as they're being shown out. He finishes the rest of his drink. Well, Mr. Smalls, we'll find out what happened to your girls. And if we are any good, we shall find the perpetrator or perpetrators.
he says good. I hope you do. Good luck to you fellas. And oh, go ahead.
Sorry. Doc, you were about to bring up something about a chip. So, Dr. Peterson, seeing you kind of got cut off, will say, did you say that you had a chip of some kind? Whether it be information or otherwise?
Oh yeah, the chip with the info on it. Yeah, he gives it to you.
Okay.
Or whoever, which one of you would like to carry it, whoever has a comm lab, you can put it into a comm lab or whatever. I think I saw that on one of your characters. I think most people have them.
Probably.
Yeah, I mean, I have one. Whoever else has one. If I'm the only one, I'll take it, but...
That's
Yeah.
fine. Oh no, I have one too. I can take it.
There you go.
He says, as you're starting to leave, he says, he kind of stops Quaritch before he takes off, and he says, yeah, if you do find this guy, put the fear of God in him.
If I can bring him back alive, sir, I will. If not, he'll wish I sent him to whatever dark corner of hell he deserves long before I put him out of his misery.
All right. He's gonna grab the keys off the table too, and hand them to you. He says, take the black Chevy behind us, downstairs. He says, just go ahead and bring it back in one piece.
I'll do my best, sir. I do have one question that I want to ask in private to you and not around the doctor and Mr. Anderson. Were any of these girls turning tricks on the side with your consent or not?
He says, that I'm sure they were. But I can't tell them what to do within their own time.
I just wanted to make sure we weren't dealing with a jealous lover or anything of that nature. Whether there was a motive, or is this purely some psycho that has a fetish for pretty flesh?
Yeah. I haven't been able to find any type of connection yet so far. Hopefully you guys can.
Well, if you didn't trust these two abilities, I don't believe you would have called for them, but we'll do our best, sir. With that, he kind of takes the keys and tosses them once, catching them in his hands before moving to meet the doctor and Mr. Anderson. All right, you two, the boss has allowed us to use one of his vehicles. We'll be heading to her apartment now. If there's anything else that you need, let me know and I will see what I can facilitate.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yes, appreciate it. Although I would like to say now, while I have the chance, if no one answers and we find something has happened, I ask please refrain from entering immediately and expeditedly. You might ruin any crime scene we have, and it will make our job much more difficult.
I will do what I can. Are you suggesting you have some sort of method to get into a home without contaminating the scene, as you suggest?
Depends on the room, I think. But I believe this is, as a saying, not our first rodeo.
I'm not familiar with what a rodeo is, but I'll take your word for it. If no one answers, I will let you take point on that.
I appreciate it.
And if there's no objections, he'll get behind the wheel and head towards the location.
Yeah, you get the Chevy he was talking about, the truck. It is a not a hover vehicle, unfortunately, but not many people in the slums have hover vehicles anyway. Unless they're rich gang bosses, I guess. But it doesn't take you guys long to get to the location of the apartments that he was talking about. You can see the building. It looks to be about 8 or 9 stories tall. Very low income apartments. And there's no security outside or anything like that. You notice as you walk up to the place. Fragman, can you roll a D100 for me?
Yes, I can.
See if there's any random encounters. Alright, nothing. Nothing bothers you guys as you head into the building. Did you want to take stairs or you want to go up the elevator?
I don't know that it matters. Are you guys opposed to taking the elevator?
How far up is the apartment?
6th floor, if memory serves.
Correct, yeah. 6th floor.
Why don't you two take the elevator? I shall take the stairs, see if I find anything interesting on my way up there.
Dr. Peterson will kind of nod slowly in acknowledgement and look over to the bodyguard.
Quaritch considers volunteering himself for the stairs, but he has no desire to climb 6 flights, and instead, I'll watch the good doctor then here. We'll see you up there. If you need anything, ping me on my comm.
Affirmative.
Alright. Going into
1 minute before we head up in there. What's the status of the building? Like, is there any sort of surveillance equipment, like pointed at the door, anything like that?
No, it's like super low income. I think if there was any surveillance, it's either broken or off, you know.
Okay. Cool.
And as you get to the building, you know, you can see like even the concrete and steel, you know, it's not kept up with at all. There is a fire escape on the side of the building you see.
Okay.
And in a back alley, but there's no security at the front door as you go in. And you do notice, you know, a few people coming in and out and stuff like that, but most of them look pretty rough. You know, there's a guy in the corner kind of shaking. You can tell he's got the CRS, from
the
cyber-
rejection, the rejection syndrome, right? Yep.
Yeah. And go ahead and Jack, can you roll a body check for going up the stairs?
Perfect.
Target number is 5.
First roll.
See if those
Body
cigarettes. Nah, he's good.
Yeah, that Japanese whiskey is doing wonders, man.
Alright, I'm gonna put you in the stairwell and bring you guys on over to the apartment. Alright, has everybody got sight here?
Yes.
I just have a small room, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I think it's the elevator.
Yeah, the elevator doors open up. And you do see like a tiny lobby.
Quaritch will step out first, looking both to the left and right before the doctor comes out. Quaritch, you can tell under his long coat, he's almost certainly armed, though he has not drawn any sort of weapon yet.
As soon as Gorch has cleared the general area, Dr. Peterson will more or less shuffle out of the elevator behind him, still double checking what Gorch has already seen. Noticing that he's armed, of course he feels that he's in good company should anything bad happen. He'll also speak up and say as they kind of begin walking, "So, have you ever been on any kind of investigation before, Mr. Gorch?"
Every now and again, I do work that I suppose you could call investigative in nature, though usually I allow other people like you to take point, and once they need someone's face smashed in is where I step in.
Right, this makes sense, based on, I think what you said you did previously, so hopefully, we shall run into no issues here, and, happy day. Easier job. But not to jinx it, we have to wait and see.
Well, I've lived here long enough to know that things ending happily ever after rarely works out, but hopefully the sooner we put whoever this is behind these disappearances into the ground, the better it is for everyone, and more importantly, we all get paid.
Perhaps I misspoke, Mr. Gorch. I do not mean happy ending. I more mean finishing the job. Happy endings, as you say, do not happen around here. But getting the job done is something we can at least count on.
Indeed. And Quaritch this whole time while the doc is talking, he never really makes eye contact. He doesn't expect any sort of confrontation to come the pair's way, but he's more kind of trying to get a reference of where the stairwell will come out and looking to see if there's any other individuals or anything out of place.
Yeah, as you get up there, you notice there's everything looks pretty clean up here, actually, on the floor. It's not too bad. It's not too rough. You hear some shouting, and you can hear some loud music playing to the south of your position there. But right now, you don't see anybody. Jack, however, you do notice two people in the stairwell as you're going up. About on the 5th floor, you reach these two. An older Asian man and a kind of younger Hispanic gentleman. They're in the hallway, and they seem to be doing some kind of transaction. When they look over and notice you, they kind of get quiet and look a little suspicious.
Could I determine who is like the roles in the transaction, like who's buying and who's selling?
It does look like Oh, actually, go ahead and make a perception check. We'll see if you notice this.
Perception.
Okay. This is going to be resisted because he does not have it. Alright.
Ah.
It seems like the transaction maybe already took place, but they kind of step back away from each other. And the younger man, he looks over to Yoshi there and he says, thanks, Yoshi. I'll see you later. And he starts to go past you on the stairs and he just looks at you.
Jack kind of gives the individual slightly wide berth, and as he goes past him, he kind of nods his head and tips his hat. He makes his way up the stairs to the landing and kind of walks casually up to Yoshi, not knowing his name is Yoshi, of course, and he gives him a broad smile. I'm here helping a friend find someone missing. Can I assume you live on the premises?
He says, no, I don't live here. I can't help you. Sorry.
Information is in exchange for credits. Still not interested.
He stops when you say that. He turns around and he says, You can see he's got his, it looks like a nice dress shirt, but it's pretty rough looking and it's open. You can see his like chubby stomach and everything, bare chested. And he says, yeah, maybe I can help you then. What do you need?
And Jack pulls out a picture, of Haley. I'm looking for this young woman. I was told she lives here, but she has not come into work for the past few days. Have you seen her around?
Pretty girl. Yeah, she lives up one floor, I think. I've seen her in here before.
Well, her employers are keen to have her back at work. I was told she is quite the employee, known for her various skills.
Yeah, she's a real pretty girl. I'm sure she's really skillful.
Yes.
But I don't know how I can help you, though. Other than where she lives. She lives on the floor above us.
The owner of the club she works at is very concerned for her well-being. I am sure if you help me, maybe I could return the favor. Have you visit the club, some complimentary drinks and some complimentary company.
Oh, what club is this? No, I don't visit many clubs anymore.
No? The Blue Haze? Maybe you've heard of it.
Oh, no. I strictly just hang out and sell my products. That's all. You a cop?
Far from it. The cops are useless in Eden. They have bought and sold their souls to the highest bidder. No, I'm just a concerned citizen, helping a proprietor not go under from the loss of goods and individuals?
And he starts to smile and nod. You can see his, like, as you were talking, his eyes start to, like, roll back a little bit. Like he's having trouble focusing on you now. And he says, yeah, that's right. Uh, we are left all alone out here. No one to save us. Do you
Yes.
want to buy some cybernetics? I can get you some of the best stuff on the street.
Let me think about that. My name is Jack Anderson. And with that, Jack kind of holds out his hand.
I'm Yoshi. I live, oh, well, I live here. I wasn't telling you the truth before, but, now that you're not a cop, I can tell you the truth.
Well, Yoshi, did you hear anything strange these past few days? At least anything strange sounding coming from the 6th floor?
Oh, man, we hear things all the time. Gunfire, screams. You just want to turn around and walk the other way. That's the best way to stay alive.
Yes, that is the best way to stay alive. But a man of your keen senses and business acumen surely must know that knowledge of such events sometimes might turn a pretty penny. How about this? If something jogs your memory, do stop by the Blue Haze and say you're looking for Jack Anderson.
Okay. Thanks.
And I shall consider your offer for cybernetics. Thank you.
What about the money?
Well, you didn't have any useful information just yet, did you?
But I told you she lived on the 6th floor.
That is true, but I already knew that, else I wouldn't be here. Now, if you do remember something that happened on the 6th floor, I think that would be worth quite something.
He kind of scrunches up his face. He's like, and kind of pouts and walks off.
Jack kind of shakes his head and smiles to himself. And starts making his way up the stairs to the 6th floor.
Quaritch and James. I don't want to drag your characters, but down here in the hallway, you realize that the room is her room, like 625 or whatever, is to the right.
As it seems that the Mr. Anderson is taking longer than they initially planned, Quaritch finds himself heading towards room 625. Well, Doc, why don't we go take a peek while we wait for Mr. Anderson to get up them stairs? Apparently it's a little more challenging for him than he thought.
Well, you never know with him sometimes. I think checking out the room would be most appropriate.
Very well.
Question, is it this room right here that's open, or...?
No, it's over here. Room 625 is this door down here, if you can see that.
I don't know that I can.
All the way down to the right.
All the way
Yeah.
down to the right. Okay.
Oh, I was pinging on a different layer, sorry.
That would be the reason why.
Yeah, down here.
Ah, okay.
You do see the entrance to the stairs there. So if you did want to wait for him, it would be right there. You notice that door that was open. You can hear some shouting going on. The door is open. You see like a child playing on the ground with some toys and stuff. And you can hear loud music coming from in there. This is the door right here to her room.
All right. As they kind of approach up, Dr. Peterson will kind of look at Quaritch and say, "Perhaps we should knock first, see if anyone's there. I know it may spook someone if they're in the room, but no point in rushing in if everything's perfectly fine and she just didn't show up."
That's not a terrible idea, but he pulls out his comm lab real quick and shoots a quick text to Mr. Anderson. Basically, 3 words. Where are you?
Around that time, as Jack's compads, starts like buzzing in his coat pocket, he rounds up the last flight of stairs and opens the door from the stairwell onto the hallway, connecting all these apartments. And the other end of the hallway, he can see Quaritch and the doctor standing by a door. Jack silently waves his hand and starts walking towards them.
Quaritch gives him kind of the non-verbal chin nod and then goes up to the door and gives a firm knock on it and then just waits.
As he does that, Dr. Peterson is, assuming the walls are pretty thin in the building like this, is gonna put his ear up to the wall/door area and see if he can hear any movement in response inside.
Actually, when he knocks on the door, it opens.
Seeing it just kind of swing open like that, Quaritch immediately draws his pistol as the door opens and he looks inside to see if there's any sounds or movement.
Go ahead and you guys can both make a perception roll. That'd be clicking on your token and going up to attributes.
I have I have an observation if I can do that, or just general perception.
Just general for perception for right now. Okay. And a basic success is usually around 5 for an easy success. And this was an easy one. You do hear the shower running. It sounds like a shower.
And is it the room that's directly by us?
Yeah, right to the north of the entrance there.
Hey, Rogue, can you move me to that section of the map?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'll bring you in here. There you go.
As Jack kind of opens the door from the stairwell getting in, Quaritch almost begins to turn his gun towards him as he snaps his head back to see who's coming through, not making any presumptions. It's Jack. Once he sees it with his offhand, he holds his index finger up to his lip to shush him as he kind of points with his gun towards the shower before moving in right to the wall, the edge of the wall.
Dr. Peterson, seeing all the commotion, will follow Quaritch's lead. Pull his weapon, kind of keep it down at his side, not as perhaps adept at using a weapon as Quaritch is, but kind of step a little bit into the door frame and look deeper into the room, making sure no one comes around the corner.
Jack, seeing Quaritch pull out his weapon, pulls his weapon out as well, and walks beside the good doctor, motions him to stay back a little, and enters the room, enters the apartment.
as you guys walk in, you can hear faintly. It sounds like the TV is on in the other room, really low, pretty much. And the shower, it seems like it's not running full blast either. But when you get into the bathroom area, the door's open. You notice that there's blood on the floor. It looks like droplets of blood that are coming out of the shower.
Is anybody in the shower? Is it visible at all, or is it opaque?
Yeah, it's opaque, and you can see kind of into it. It's one of those just walk-in showers with like opaque, covering, kind of glass on the sides of it, and you notice the droplets kind of lead in or lead out of the shower there.
Well, with one hand, he'll quietly grab it and then quickly yank it open to see if there's a body inside or what's going on.
Empty.
Quaritch will head back towards the hallway, not turning off the shower on the offhand chance someone's still in there, and just kind of quickly shake his head no to the doctor and Jack before moving down, shoulder to shoulder to the next, to the end of the hallway.
I would like to do a perception check to kind of get a read in the room that I've seen so far, if anything stands out to me.
Okay. At this point, you can, if you have the skill observation, you can do that.
1 minute, let me just check. I think I do.
Is that open to anyone, or is that just Jack?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Nice.
I have the
Damn.
class ability investigation, so does that work?
Oh yeah, that I think it allows you to gain an extra D6 on your observation skill. If I'm
Okay.
correct.
Yes, you're correct.
So in the modifier, you could put D6 exclamation point,
Yep, sweet.
and it should add it to it.
Yep, there you go.
Sweet. Alright. Fragment. Porridge. Porridge rolls a super explosion roll. Alright. Right. Quaritch, immediately when you get in there, you notice that this room is pretty much been ransacked. Looks like some things maybe moved around and on the floor. I mean, you've seen it before. Like, looks like somebody's gone through the drawers and everything in here, looking for something in a hurry. And you could hear the TV going on in here. You guys don't notice any other signs of like a struggle in this room, in the living room area or the kitchen or whatever. But you do hear the sounds of the TV going on in the bedroom, which is over here.
Seeing that clearly, someone has made it there before them, he motions with his left hand towards the bedroom door where the TV noise is coming from, and motions for the two to follow.
Dr. Peterson will kind of look over to Jack and kind of give him a head nod, like, don't worry, you can go ahead, I've kind of got behind us, before watching back into the hallway, basically making sure no one follows them into the room.
Jack nods back and starts following Quaritch deeper into the apartment.
Alright, you get over to the bedroom door. You can see a little bit of light coming from underneath, as if maybe the light from a TV. You can see that the windows of this place, they look out into the city. You can see the other buildings around. It's pretty open as far as the windows are, kind of everywhere. I mean, she's got blinds and everything on them, but... And if you want to open this door...
He
remove
will.
this. Pushing open the door, it kind of slowly swings open. You see the bed is all in disarray. Not like nicely made in the picture here. And you do notice some more blood on the floor. It looks like it's over by the window, the northern part of the room.
Quaritch sees the blood, looks for a remote to turn the TV off before carefully setting the remote down exactly as it had been when he found it, not to disturb anything. And then goes to the doctor, Mr. Anderson. Well, this looks like where you guys come in. I'm going to go close the front door and allow you guys to see if anything turns up or if there's any clues as to what happened here with Haley.
Yes, if you could actually do one thing, would you mind perhaps looking and seeing if anyone takes interest in the room, say walks past and takes a glance in our direction? I may have a sneaking suspicion about something. Just a hunch, though.
Fair enough. And with that, Quaritch will go all the way out. And honestly, probably be on this side of the stairwell. And then just kind of close the door quietly behind him unlocked. Then listen while those two do their thing.
Kind of stand guard there, yeah.
Exactly.
Alright, what do you guys want to do to start your investigation in here?
Well, Dr. Peterson is mainly first gonna focus on the different blood areas, whether it be what looks like a blood splatter from a knife wound, from at the top end of the bedroom, and also the droplets in the shower. Kind of see if he can put together the events of which one happened first, and just try and begin to put the pieces together in terms of what happened in terms of the blood evidence that was left behind.
Yeah. What about Jack?
So Jack is going to pay attention. So if there's a dresser here, right, like, somebody like Haley would have some sort of a place to put makeup on, and, so it's going to check the dresser, the cupboard, the nightstand by the bed, and underneath the bed, like methodically check all these places first.
Okay.
And what he's looking for is in the cupboard, he's just trying to see if something stands out amongst her clothes, maybe clothes belonging to somebody else or anything that's crumpled or thrown away. On the dresser, he's mainly looking for, if she was using drugs, if that's some sort of a lead to go look for a dealer. Any sorts of scraps of paper or anything like that. And on the bed or underneath the bed, he's looking for anything that stands out. Maybe somebody dropped something or something was knocked out of some persons during a fight.
Yeah. Okay. Dr. Peterson, what do you want to, what skill would you like to use, you think, to analyze this blood spatter?
First thing I'm gonna do is forensics. To
Okay.
try and put together, was the blood in fact put there by the motion of a knife, and that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
That's what I'll do first.
Alright. You can go ahead and you can click the skills. And,
Forensics? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't believe I have any abilities for forensics per se. Yes, not that. Alright.
Oh, nice. That's like a super good success.
Yeah, nice.
So basically, you are able to determine that she was probably struck by a blunt instrument in the shower. And it looks like you think she might have been dragged and forced into the bedroom. Or maybe she fled, right? Into
Right.
the bedroom. And then once in there, there was a struggle on the bed. And then that's when a knife or an edged weapon hit her, uh, close to the window.
Right.
And the spray of blood happened. You don't think it's totally fatal either. You
These
think
are
she's...
more not
Yeah,
like severe wounds, but not enough blood loss here, anything like that to indicate loss of life.
right. You think the struggle ended there with that knife, though, and she probably, either succumbed to the wound or, was overcome.
One thing I will ask if I can determine, obviously it looks like the knife was utilized at the top end of the bedroom, but even if she was dragged or carried out, there might be smaller blood droplets just coming off of whatever wound she sustained. Does that kind of show maybe a more microscopic trail that I can maybe use my eye to find that kind of leads through the room at all?
Yeah, awesome. You do find some hair samples and stuff that don't look like hers.
I will
Um,
definitely take samples, like
yeah.
put them in vials or bags or whatever equivalent we have on it.
And I'll tell you one more clue that you find since you're busting out the eye and everything, and you got such a good roll. But we'll go over to Jack real quick. Jack, what skill do you want to use as you're going through your investigation? Or attribute. You can default to an attribute or whatever.
Yeah, so let's see.
And if all else fails, you can go for your luck roll.
Yeah, I think I'll still go with like observation, right? Because I have the class ability of investigation.
Yeah.
So Jack is kind of well versed in just observing humans,
Yeah.
and humans have patterns, and even if they want to change how they behave, they are unable to. So he's kind of basing his entire like investigation in the room based on that. So I do observation. Observation. So skills. Oh,
Oh. That was a 1 rolled, right? Yeah.
the Japanese whiskey is definitely hitting now.
I think... Let me check your character real quick in the abilities tab.
Turns out the top shelf stuff was a little too top shelf.
Yeah.
Let's see. Investigation power 1. Okay, so if you want to, you can burn a saved cool point to re-roll, right? Or is that to add it afterwards? Okay.
Oh,
you can burn one of your frenzy if you want to, and I'll let you add that d6 to your roll.
okay. Yeah, I'll burn 1 minute. Let me just check. Yeah, I can burn a frenzy.
Looks like you got 3 there saved, so that's good.
Sweet. Okay,
That's
yeah,
in
I'll burn
your red
yes,
bubble.
red bubble. So I'll burn a frenzy, and
And this can explode, so you can go a d6 exclamation point, and if you roll a 6, it'll explode. Okay. Looking through, you aren't able to find any clues. You do see one thing, and it's the picture of her on the nightstand with a male. Some white guy in the picture who looks, kind of attractive. and it looks like he's got some cyberware implants on his eyes. Blonde-haired, kind of dyed, of course, and she seems to be like happy with him in the picture.
Hmm.
Other than that, you're not able to find. It looks like somebody ransacked the damn drawers and like took away a lot of stuff that you might find useful.
All right. So Jack makes a note of that and takes the picture out of the frame.
All right. And Dr. Peterson, after you do your investigation with your microscopic eye, you do find what looks like some skin on the bed. Very small skin samples. That looks
If
like maybe from nails or scratches or something like that.
right, maybe defensive wounds. He'll do his best to get the sample as he can, but it being so small, I'm sure it's a very difficult task.
Yeah.
And then after that, he'll kind of walk over to Jack and be like, "Well, I have, found the 2 blood samples. It looks like, the girl that was living here was hit with some kind of larger blunt object. She ran into here. Her and an assailant had a fight of some kind, and then a knife was employed. I think the wounds that it caused she would have been able to survive, so I have a feeling if she's no longer with us that it did not happen here."
Interesting. Hmm.
Anything on your end?
Curiously, everything has been ransacked, which is strange given the state of this apartment complex. I don't think someone like Haley would have any valuables. The only thing I did find is this photograph of an individual that she knew. Someone we can talk to, but I do not know who this is. However, those cybernetics, that gives me an idea.
And what would that be?
There is a man in this building called Yoshi who deals in cybernetics. Maybe he might know who supplied this young man in the photo with those cybernetics, and then eventually that could lead us to this young man itself.
Wise idea. And as Dr. Pearson looks at the picture, he does have eidetic memory, so he's gonna try and memorize that face for later, in case maybe he even accidentally runs into him on the street or something.
Okay. All right. All right. So you guys are gonna finish up the investigation and leave that place?
Yes.
I think so.
All right. Are you gonna go and try to find Yoshi?
Yes, I'm gonna go try and find Yoshi and see if he can um, identify those cybernetics and maybe find this guy.
Real quick, before we go and do that, while they're in there doing their thing, Corge is going to go take a look at the stairwell, and then probably also go over to the elevators. If she was knocked out and bleeding, he's just going to check to see if there's any trail of blood, to see if maybe they used the stairs or the elevator, because obviously they had to sneak her out or take her out somehow. And moving a body with dead weight, if unconscious, is never the easiest.
That's right. Let's see here. Alright, so where are you looking first?
We'll go stairwell first, and then I believe there was 2 elevators. He'll check both of those. And he'll look both up, the first stairwell up, and then the one going down.
When you're going through here, you do notice the stairwell. There's no cameras in there again. But you do notice that there's like a maintenance elevator over here when you come back in here. One that's not normally shared by other people.
He'll go ahead and press it to bring it up.
Yeah, you see it does come up, and opens up, and go ahead and make a perception check when that happens. Immediately when it opens up, you do notice that there's a small camera, like one of those little orbs, on the roof of this elevator.
But he sees that and then looks at the ground. Is there any signs of scuffs, or is it a high-use maintenance elevator? Like, would there be dust that's disturbed by 2 individuals or 1 individual dragging a third or second?
You do notice a drop of blood in there.
He pings both of them. When you 2 are done in there, come out to the maintenance elevator. There's something I found.
Before Dr. Peterson leaves, I said I took blood samples, but did I only find one type of blood, or were there multiple types there?
You think you got 2 separate types.
2 separate types. Okay.
A little bit taken from the skin and stuff like that too.
Right. Okay. In that case, Dr. Peterson will kind of wait on Jack to finish up and then say, shall we? I think our compatriots might have a lead on what's happening.
Of course. There's nothing much more we can find here.
Oh, good.
Yeah, when the 2 of them catch up to him, he first is kneeling by the blood spot and points. He goes, looks like they use this maintenance elevator. And there's a drop of blood there, and he points to it. And then his head, kind of slowly pans up, and he points to the eye. He goes, we might be in luck. Someone might have recorded this.
Dr. Peterson will grab a small sample of the blood, just type it, see if it matches hers or the unknown blood sample, presumably.
Yes.
Okay.
It does match hers.
In like a low-income building like this, do they have a security room or video room where this footage would be recorded or stored, or someone monitoring it?
They do. There's probably 1 or 2 security guards for this whole place. Maybe a handful, at most. But there should be a security guard on duty.
Let's head to the security office and see who's working.
All right.
Yes.
And he'll get in the elevator and, press ground floor, whichever floor, the office would be in.
Alright, let's put you guys in an office here. Here we go. Y'all can see that there.
Yep.
Alright. All right, getting down to the security area, back on the first floor, actually. You can hear what sounds like the game on or something in the security office, and the door is kind of propped open a little bit. There is one guard in there, and you can see some monitors and stuff. He barely notices you as you guys get to the door.
Quaritch will kind of walk in. He'll knock as he's opening the door. Like, what's this guy? Is this guy just rent-a-cop? Is he a wannabe tough guy? Is he a slouch? Is he dressed poorly? Like, what's
Yeah, there he is. He's looks rough, banged up, you know, crew cut type of hair, and he's like laughing at something on the TV as he turns out, and he's like, you can see his clothing though his clothing is pretty standard. He is wearing some like light armor, and does have a pistol on his belt, and he's got a cigarette in the ashtray as he turns around and says, "Hey, what can I help you guys with?"
Quaritch kind of walks in there and just heads towards him kind of almost nonchalantly. And if the path is open, he's just going to go and immediately grab him and grab his main hand to prevent him from drawing a pistol.
"Hey, what the fuck, man?"
He's immediately going to punch him right square in the mouth, right below the nose, because it just stings and causes your eyes to water.
Yeah, you hit him. He doesn't even get a chance to defend or anything. But he falls back onto the desk and he says, "What the fuck?"
You're going to shut your fucking mouth and you're going to listen to me. I need to see the video recordings for that maintenance elevator for the last few hours. And if every time you say no, I'm going to remove one of your fucking fingers. Now pull it up.
And he looks back and forth to you guys and immediately just says, "Hey, are you guys cops or something?"
The video footage. Last time I ask.
He says, yeah, all right. What the hell? What's going on?
One of my boss's employees went missing. She lives in this building. We believe she was taken down the maintenance elevator some time ago by a minimum of 1 or 2 individuals. We want to know who.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He puts the tape in, ends up finding the exact spot that you guys were looking for, you do end up seeing an individual with a mask wearing a kind of like a baklava type thing on the on his head, and he's kind of got her arm thrown over his shoulder. She looks like she's bandaged up on her torso, and her clothing is all mismatched, and ragged, and she looks like unconscious basically. He looks like maybe he's trying to like pull it off, as maybe she was drunk or messed up or something, and he's kind of walking with her. But when he brings her into the elevator, he's got her thrown over the shoulder basically like that.
Does it show if he goes to the front entrance or a side or rear entrance?
It shows he goes out of the elevator and goes right out the front door.
You have a video footage of the front door?
Says the camera's broke.
Of course it is.
Most of these cameras are broke, man. The fucking manager, he doesn't give a shit.
What junkies in this building are usually propped out front? What losers hang around out front during the day and night?
There's Dagger, and there's a guy, Yoshi. He deals some chop shop cybernetics.
Yoshi. Good, good. Where are these two at? Where's Dagger and Yoshi?
He's probably down on the first floor in the lobby right now. Right out there.
Good. Now, if we come back and need more information, you'll give it to us. If you know who Mr. Smalls is, you'll know that his property is being taken advantage of and misused.
Yeah,
You
sure,
understand
man.
me?
Yeah, I'll help you out. I'm security here, you know?
Seems you haven't done that good of a job since one of your apartments was broken into and the occupant is now missing.
He looks at all of you guys and kind of looks ashamed a little bit, but more scared than anything else. And he says, he just like slumps back down in his chair.
This individual in the footage, do we ever get a good look of their face?
It's hard due to the video. You guys can make an observation check though if you want. Uh-oh. It's up to Anderson.
What about? I'd done a observation to see if I could see anything, in the video for the guy. Maybe his sleeve was rolled up and might have been a tattoo or something like that.
Oh, did you roll already?
Yeah. Mine was the first roll for that.
Oh my
The
god,
4.
did you roll a 1 again?
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn it.
The other thing I was gonna say is if we couldn't find the face, maybe cybernetics stand out more. I don't know if we could maybe do a loose match off that, not a precise match, but I'm just throwing stuff into the wind now.
Actually, Quaritch got it with a 6.
Okay,
Even
cool.
though he got a 1, he did get a 5 on the other die. So Quaritch, you are, after a couple of times, I would say, of rewinding it back and forth, you do see kind of like a little shimmer of that cybernetic eye, that data display eye.
Mm-hmm.
And it matches the same picture on that smiley face picture that she had on her table that Jack found.
So he turns to the security guard. Who did anybody bring the photo? I guess I probably should have asked that.
I didn't grab it.
Tell me.
No, Jack did.
Jack
Jack
did.
did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jack, let me see that picture again.
Here you go.
Quaritch looks at it a bit, seeing the familiarity in the eye, the cybernetic eye, and then puts the photo on the table. This guy, this was the tenant's boyfriend. What's his name?
You say that to the security guard?
Yes.
He says, and he goes and he looks in the file and stuff. He's like, it's not registered, man. It's just her.
Quaritch kind of rolls his eyes and squeezes them shut like he's getting ready to punch him again. Then who would know?
Shit, man, I don't know.
I think Yoshi, he deals in cybernetics. He might know someone who deals in that kind of a prosthetic. That seems quite an uncommon thing to have for a normal citizen, someone from this area with their measly resources.
Yoshi. Then let's go ask him.
Yes, I know he lives on the 5th floor. Shouldn't be too hard. An old Asian man. Money does the trick, but we don't have time, so I shall let you introduce your fist. That seems to be working at this moment.
Very well. Let's go visit this Yoshi. And he kind of looks at the sergeant, or not sergeant, but security officer. If we need your help, we'll be back. You go and find that dagger. We might need to question him too.
All right. Yeah. I'll help out. He gets up, and he immediately heads out and closes the door. It does not take long to find Yoshi.
Oh, actually, while we're going to find Yoshi, do we have access to any kind of blood data bank or anything like that? I don't know if we do since we're, more private investigators, but...
Give me one sec. I feel like Horich has a connection that might be able to help with that.
Okay, cool.
Do this one. Yeah, if you have any connections into the department or anything like
it
that.
It says detective rank 0, so I don't know how much that would help.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you could call up Connect.
We'll fall back on that if Yoshi turns up nothing.
Okay, sounds good.
Just because he's probably more expensive, if I had to guess.
Right.
I was gonna say too, if you ever need to analyze it, you probably got like a little lab back at your office or something.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see if that sample would match anyone in a database, and we can just go, yep, that's him 100% for sure.
Yeah. Going outside, you're able to see Yoshi standing in the alleyway. And he looks over and he's like, my friend. What's going on?
Well, Yoshi, we meet again. But this time I have some more questions. But unfortunately, time is of the essence, and the reward for information will have to be collected later. It seems the girl I was looking for has gone missing, and the individual that could be the culprit seems to be wearing cybernetics of an interesting nature. Since you deal with cybernetics, maybe you could help us.
Yeah. If it's some chop shop cheap stuff, I could probably help you out.
Well, and Jack shows him the picture. You see this man and the cybernetics he has in his eyes? What do you think? Is that a chop shop?
He looks at the picture and for a second his eyes kind of, let me make a roll here. He seems like his eyes kind of widen for a second, and then and he says, "Oh, that's that's a data display." He's like, people use it to give them all kinds of information. You got your HUD pops up, and you got information that tells you if somebody's armed and what they're carrying on them and stuff like that. You can even check databases and stuff to see if there are rewards out for these people. Face recognition stuff, all kinds of stuff like that.
So high-tech stuff.
Yeah, like mercs and stuff use it stuff.
Yes, but if I were to come to you looking for the same piece of equipment, would you find it hard to source it?
Oh no. I know a clinic down the road where I get some of my stuff and I trade some things.
Well then, if you would be so kind to point us to this clinic, we are very much interested in talking to this individual with these prosthetics. Maybe the clinic has dealt with this person before.
Do you have, does anybody have the skill sense motive?
Yes, I think I do.
Yeah, go ahead and roll that, actually.
Come on.
All you gotta beat is, yep, 4. So,
Nice.
you notice that when Yoshi looked at the picture and his eyes kind of widened, you think that he might have recognized this individual, or shown some kind of surprise at the fact that that those two were in a picture together or something like that. You know, it was a weird look.
Um, Jack makes a note of that, and when he's asking Yoshi for directions to the clinic, he kind of places his right hand on Yoshi's left shoulder and squeezes. Now Yoshi, I think I have made my intention very clear. I've said a girl has gone missing and I am in pursuit of her. But I get the sense that you are withholding something. My friends, they are not of a patient nature. I would not want any harm to befall you. If you would be so kind as to reveal all that you know, you might still have a pleasant evening.
Well, I might have seen this guy before.
Ah, now that is useful information, Yoshi. Please keep talking.
Uh, like, this girl, she's a pretty girl, and I'd always say hi to her when I see her coming. And then I noticed she got this new boyfriend. He's kind of an asshole. Uh, I guess it's been about a week. And she just started seeing this guy, right?
Mm-hmm. Go on.
But, that's it. That's it. I really don't know anything else.
You have not seen him anywhere else? Not on the streets around the apartment?
No. No.
Did you see anything interesting, like tattoos or markings, jewelry, anything that makes him stand out, makes him affiliate to a gang, something that would be useful in identifying this individual apart from being this girl's boyfriend?
No. I don't think I can help you with anything else like that. You can tell he's not giving you any information about this. Maybe withholding something.
Well, I did my best to ensure that you had a... Wait, he's withholding or he's not withholding?
He seems like he might be withholding information.
Okay. Well, I did my best to ensure that you had a pleasant evening, Yoshi, but it seems that you do wish to make this encounter more difficult. Let me introduce you to a friend of mine, Mr. Quattridge, if you would be so kind as to introduce yourself.
No, fuck you guys. He's gonna try to take off.
If he tries to take off with Jack having his hand on his shoulder still, he is going to try and just straight up grapple him, right?
Okay, yeah.
Do y'all roll initiative?
Jesus. Yeah, go ahead and do Nish. Holy 44.
Bro rolled a 12 or a 20 exploded.
Yeah, he rolled a nat 20, exploded with a 12.
Jeez.
So you do have like your hand on him, right? He's gonna try to like slap your hand off and then run. So unarmed attack. This isn't going to try to do damage or anything, but he is going to try to break away so you're not holding him. And then this is just a defense on your part.
Okay. Would be a parry, I guess.
Yeah,
Deflect.
you could do that. Mm-hmm.
Yeesh.
Jeez. Rolling the ones. So he slaps away from you, and as he flees, you are going to get an attack of opportunity on him.
Okay. Yeah, this is just like, straight up trying to grapple him, right? Because my weapon is not out yet, and
Yeah.
we still want to question him. So
So it'll be attack and then unarmed.
unarmed. Actions 1, correct?
Correct.
Oh my god.
My
Really?
God. Alright, he starts to run. Alright, he's making it as far as he can. I mean, really, but Quaritch, it's your turn.
He's walking up and he sees the brief scuffle between Anderson and Yoshi, and as he runs, Core just kind of mumbles "slippery fish" and then immediately starts sprinting after him. He'll tackle him if able, if in range.
Yeah, go for it.
That unarmed.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, so you get him, and he's going to make a strength check just to make it legit. A resisted strength
Oof.
check.
You want me to do strength?
Yeah, go ahead and do strength. Alright.
Oh,
So you
nice.
snatch him up.
So he tackles him and he tries to feebly push off, but he just kind of catches his arm and immediately just socks him right in the gut.
Oh, come on. Don't fuck me up, guys. Alright, I got IBS.
Hearing that, he immediately punches him as hard as he can in the stomach again.
And he slumps over and
You're withholding from me, you little shit. Now you're gonna tell me what I want to hear. I'm gonna punch you till you shit your pants, and I'm gonna rub your face in it. Throw you out a goddamn window. Now who is it?
his name's Riggs. He sells parts to the guy that I was just telling you about. Spiders down there. It's a chop shop. He cuts people up and he sells that shit to them. Sometimes I buy from them. But come on, I got a legitimate business going.
Don't give me that shit. There's nothing legitimate down here in the slums. All that means is you got something over a few people, or they're dumb enough to keep coming to you. I'm gonna spare you today because you told me what I wanted to hear. But if that doesn't pan out, you better pray I don't find you again.
He says, check it, Spiders. The chop shop down the street.
Dr. Peterson will kind of walk up to where Quaritch has Yoshi tackle on the ground and say, "Sorry to interrupt your important moment, but this girl, you being a connoisseur, of course, of cybernetic parts, did she happen to have any?"
Yeah, I think so. All these girls, they get some modifications or something to look pretty, boost them up.
Can you tell me what exactly she had that you know of?
I'm not sure. It's her fucking boyfriend probably knows, though. If he did something to her, I know he knows.
Thank you.
Hey, and you can see he's looking around really scared. It seems to be like he's looking past you guys, though, and he's looking around at the street and something. Yeah, you guys, you're gonna let me go, right?
For now. And he just like jacks him one more time in the guts and then like shoves him away before turning around to see what he was kind of staring off at.
Yeah, you hit him. You're pretty sure he like shits himself or something, but he crumples up onto the floor, and when you turn around, uh, you just see the streets. You know, you can see the cars passing by, and you don't really see anything what he was looking at or anything alarming.
Perhaps it is time to visit this chop shop.
Indeed. Let's go check it out.
All right.
You know,
Jumping.
oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. As you guys are jumping in a truck or whatever, you can go ahead.
Right. As they are all hopping into the Chevy, Dr. Peterson will say, Quaritch, how long have you been employed by Mr. Smalls for security?
I do jobs now and then. He hired me as more of a permanent bodyguard while they're having the issues with their ladies disappearing.
Right, I'm just asking when did you begin your employment, about how long ago?
I don't know, Rogue, how long would you say?
Yeah, probably about a week and a half, maybe.
I've been working for him on a more permanent basis for the last couple weeks.
I see. I wonder, have you never seen this boyfriend at the club before at all?
Has he seen this guy, Riggs, since everything started?
Make a luck roll. No,
That's really close, though.
it is.
He thinks he has it for a second before. No. Usually it's the weirdos I'm scaring off, and if Haley knew him, then I probably didn't think much of it.
Right, and Rogue, how long was it since the last girl went missing?
I think it was a week. Yeah.
About a week.
Yeah.
Uh,
Or no, oh no, the last girl was 2 days ago.
oh, 2 days ago. Okay. Interesting. Dr. Peterson will say, perhaps this individual is maybe finding these girls to get at their cybernetics, or it's interesting that he is so new in her life, and yet he's the one who disappears, for lack of a better term. Maybe he's working his way from girl to girl somehow, outside of the club, and taking them for whatever reason. It's not the first case of something similar to this happening. I have heard before. And with that, Dr. Peterson, without much of a response, will just go back to staring out the window, watching the decrepit and most likely trash-filled streets go by.
All right. You start to make your way down the street to the chop shop, and that is when you notice some guys riding up very quickly behind you in your vehicle. I don't know if you guys can see this here.
The two of them. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you see a car coming up quickly behind you guys, and then you notice a motorcycle as well. Is it too dark for you guys on this, or?
No, I can see well.
Okay, good. All right.
As he's driving, they look at the two. Looks like we got company, guys.
Better in this case, I think, to shoot first and ask questions later.
How fast is the motorcycle coming up on him?
It seems right now that they just pulled out, like came around that white car and is starting to like speed up. So we'll go ahead and do an ish and then see what happens from there. We'll say, what do you say? What's your speed? Probably, you think?
I mean, probably 5 to 10 over what's normal. And what I was going to say was, and I know initiative matters, as he's going to pretend he doesn't notice him, and he's going to like turn on his turn signal as the motorcycle's approaching and kind of get in front of him and then just hard brake.
Yeah. All right, cool. Alright, Biggie. Okay, so the first guy, yeah, when the motorcycle pulls out... Oh, let me change the music. Can't do this with this kind of music. Oh. Yeah, he pulls out behind the white car. You did kind of see the white car speeding up to you guys really quickly. So it was pretty obvious, And then you notice the motorcycle pulls out around, and then this guy, Biggie, he pulls a pistol out. And that's what he does. Brick is driving. He is going to try speeding up. And coming up around here. Caleb rolls down the window, and you notice he is coming up kind of with the butt on the windowsill, leaning over the side of the car, and he's going to fire a shot with his .45 revolver. You guys in the car have +6 cover right now. Alright, Dr. James Peterson, he's firing at you.
Alright. And what is this against?
Alright, so now you're going to click on defense.
Gotcha.
And then you can do shield. And then when the modifier pops up, put a 6 in there. And then hit
Block
enter.
with shield.
Yeah. Nice. So it hits the car when he fires. Blasts a hole in the side of the car. Alright, Quaritch, what are you going to do?
Quaritch, as they get shot, seeing that maybe Fisher on the motorcycle or the two bangers on the motorcycle aren't quite as reactive, he's going to pull his vehicle just a little bit north and then jam on the brakes with the hopes of them being unable to swerve out of the way before face planting in the back of their vehicle.
Nice. Do you have the driving skill? If not, it'll default to dexterity.
I don't believe I do, but I'll check. No, I do not.
Okay.
So do dexterity.
Yeah. We'll put you like right here. Alright, now the driver's gotta try and resist. Yes, he does not have driving. His dexterity. Oh,
They tie.
tie goes to the defender. He just barely swerves out of the way. And we'll say he's like right here. He is, however, in oncoming traffic. So I'll make a roll here in a minute to see if they're in trouble. You do have a chance to fire if you want to. If you want to burn a frenzy, because driving takes 2 actions. And if you want to burn a frenzy, you can fire out the window at them
Let's take a look, see how much frenzy I have. Yeah, is that going to be a penalty to shoot?
It'll be -2.
Nah, what's the worst can happen? I'll go ahead and burn a frenzy and take a shot at him. Oh my god.
Jesus.
As he's pulls out, it's kind of awkward trying to shoot across the body with his right hand, and even though the guy's in oncoming traffic, the shot goes well wide. Just a bad angle altogether. Oh, and he rolls a 3. My goodness.
Alright, so there's a fumble table for this. I don't think it's set up yet, but...
Oh, a fumble table, ouch.
Okay, so you're alright. Maybe you swerved. Alright. So, after that is... Now it's Fisher's turn, is that right? Let's see.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. I think I skipped him. Alright, he is going to try and speed up next to you. %30 chance oncoming traffic. Alright, not yet. That'll increase. Alright, so he pulls up really fast, kind of next to you. You notice that this guy has the data display cybernetics and the blonde hair, and it looks just like the guy in the picture. James, your turn.
Yeah, Dr. Peterson will whip out his trusty old 38, and we're gonna take a shot at Brick because he's driving the car on his side.
Nice.
So, aiming gives you how much of a bonus to your attack? So if I
2.
aim and then fire?
Yeah, it'll give you a 2 modifier.
Or I can fire twice?
Correct.
I'll just shoot twice.
Okay. And he's got +6 cover from the car, so...
Okay. And for actions, it's just 1, right?
Yeah. Nice. That hits the
By
car.
1.
Right.
Alright,
Right next
second
to the
attack.
window.
Oh, that's much better, okay.
Oh, nice. Ah, that hits him. Now you go ahead and go to damage.
Damage, okay.
And click the gun, and no mods, just enter.
And power combo is just 1?
Yeah.
18 damage.
Oh. This guy's pretty heavy duty. Let's see. Oh, he's got armor 5. Alright, so he takes 13.
Still a good hit.
It is. Bam! He's a brick though. He's like Quaritch over there. You see like a mist of blood come out of his arm. And he does have to make a driving check, which is a dexterity check. Target number 5. He's good. So he swerves. Alright, that's it, unless you want to burn 1 frenzy. There's the option to burn 1 frenzy constantly. And in this game, it's 1 per round you can do.
No, I'll pass this turn.
Okay.
As
Jack.
Dr.
Oh,
I
go
was
ahead.
just gonna say, as Doc Peterson kind of leans out, he eyes up Brick, takes 2 shots, probably hits, low with the first one, and ends up smacking him dead in the arm on the second one. And there's a bit of an internal happiness of like, yes, finally done something right, before he prepares to take his next few shots.
Alright, Jack. No more ones.
No more ones. So Jack, seeing that it's a motorcycle that's pulling up to the left of them, instead of aiming at the individuals, he's going to aim at a larger, center of mass, more like the engine of the motorcycle, just to kind of cause enough damage to lose control and crash.
Okay.
38 revolver.
So he takes aim for 1 action and then fires.
And so is there a modifier for the aim?
2.
2. Yes. So actions. 2 actions, correct?
Correct.
Or one action, 2 actions. Yes.
Oh, nice. That is a hit, I guarantee it. Let's see here. I'm just gonna roll d20 because I don't have the bike set up.
Oh, just about.
Nice. Go ahead and do damage. Go ahead and do power 2 damage though. When it comes, not multiplier or not modifier, but the multiplier is at 2.
Okay. Yeah, 2. Okay.
Alright, nice.
I got a 1 in there, but still.
Alright, he's got to make a driving check, and he's got to make it target number 7.
Ooh.
So maybe, well, I guess you can describe what happens, but it's not enough to like totally destroy the bike yet.
Yeah, so Jack, he takes aim and shoots at the, at the engine of the motorcycle. Most likely, some sort of either an inline 4 or a V-twin, and he gets a good hit, and you start seeing like oil start spurting out from the engine casing, and like there is like fumes coming out from the exhaust, but it's kind of like burning oil and
Degrading, yeah.
degrading of sorts, and you can see that it's hard to keep the motorcycle like all lined up without it like almost throwing them off and high siding.
Yeah. If you want to as well, you can burn a frenzy if you want.
What does a frenzy allow me to do? Just attack again?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna burn a frenzy and do the same attack on the same,
And
on
this
the
is just
engine
a
again.
quick attack, but
Yeah,
you won't be
quick
able to
attack.
aim. But
Sure.
okay.
Yeah. Let me just remove the frenzy first. Okay. Attack. No aim, so no modifier. 1 action. Ooh, 13.
Bam. All right, and he's gonna have a -2 this time. D20. Nice. More damage.
Come on. No modifier and power level 1, correct?
Correct.
Let's see what it does. 23.
Oof, nice. Damn.
Wow.
Alright. More degrading. And it is Biggie's turn. Biggie turns towards Jack. Let's see. Is Biggie going to attack Jack, or is he going to attack Quaritch? I'll roll a d6. 1, 2, 3, Jack. 4, 5, 6, Quaritch. Alright, he's coming at Jack, because he's shooting the bike. Alright, single shot. He's gonna try and aim, but that's gonna make it equal, because the bike's going everywhere now, because it's getting shot. So we'll say it's flat flat roll here. Oh, 15, but you get a 6 cover.
6 cover, so block shield. So 6 modifier.
Nice. Nice. And that one just goes over the car. Alright. Brick is next. Alright. Brick is going to try to bring the back of the car. Kind of like smash your wheel there, you know what I'm saying?
Trying to pit us?
Maneuver.
Yeah.
This will be a resisted piloting check, so just dexterity. Ah, nice. You're able to fend him off. He just bounces basically off you.
Quaritch kind of, corrects and prevents from spinning out and just thinks that the boss isn't going to like scratched paint.
I'm gonna make Caleb do a check here too. He's sitting on the edge of the fucking bike. Oh, okay.
Holy cow.
God damn. So he hangs on like a champ, and then he's gonna aim over the car again, and he's firing at James. He's gonna aim.
So we get the +2.
Yeah. Oh, but it's a 10.
Oh, thank goodness he used all the exploding dice on the previous roll.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. I'm holding on and keeping in the car.
So back with shield +6. Yes.
Nice. That one fires over the car too. Alright, it's Quaritch.
So does he get a negative for that bike getting so much damage to it?
Yeah, he's gonna
So
get a
we're-
negative now.
Seeing Jack, sticking his pistol out and shooting up the bike, he takes another chance at, this time just hitting him broadside, seeing if he can knock him down or into an oncoming vehicle.
Alright. He's gonna get a -4 now on his dex here. Bam! Alright, there's a crash table. I don't have all the damn macros set up, unfortunately, but I do think I have the crash table in here. Let's see. Sideswipe vehicle sideswipes into an object, reducing speed by half. It continues on its path. Vehicle takes 4d6 times 2 damage. That's lucky as hell. That's like 15% or lower, I think.
So he lucked out.
And the bike takes 40 more damage. That is going to bring it to a halt. So I think they fall back is what happens. And come to a stop back there on the side of the road. You guys are probably further up down here with that one car still in pursuit. Thank you.
So he sideswipes him, they kind of move off to the left and hit an object, and while it's not enough to knock them off, it does, suddenly the rear tire maybe deflates from hitting debris and it grinds to a halt as Quaritch speeds away in the truck in the white car in hot pursuit.
You immediately see Fisher jump off the bike, and he's like running over to some car, trying to carjack somebody. James.
Alright, so Dr. Peterson, trying to replicate his previous success, will once again fire off 2 shots in Brick's direction.
Get that man.
Probably
First shot.
not gonna hit.
Oof.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that means he gets an attack back.
Oh, does it?
He is driving, and
He also has already been hit.
oh, and he doesn't have a gun in his hand yet, so he's not able to attack you. He just flicks you off.
Yeah,
All
that's
right,
all about it.
you can go for a second shot.
Mental attack.
Yeah. he
Oh,
doesn't have his
Jesus.
9 out.
Dang.
Bang bang. You can burn frenzy.
I am gonna burn a frenzy.
Get his ass. Get that crit.
Better. You just have to roll a 10 though. Oh no, he didn't though.
Got him.
Let's go. Alright, damn it.
Let's get some explosions.
Same crit damage modifier of 1.
Correct, yeah.
Only 13, which I think is only 8 because he has arm.
Yeah. Again, another skim of the bullet. And it is Jack.
Jack's going to take aim at the individual James has been shooting at, and he's going to take an aimed shot. Modify. Actions 2. Oh, yes!
Oh, that's a nat
Yes.
20. He has to get a nat 20, and he does not. So that's going to be a multiplier. Go ahead and put a 3 in there for this
3?
one.
Oh,
Alright. So what's that look like as you take him out?
yeah, so, James has been peppering him with shots. So Jack kind of turns around and sees this other white car on this side. And he takes aim and he sees this individual flick James off a couple of times because the shots don't land. And, Quattro is driving, weaving and bobbing the vehicle all around. Jack steadies his hand and gets a bead on Brick's forehead and just pulls a single shot as Brick's basically brain matter spew all over the front windshield.
You see the vehicle too, it slides off the side of the road and the other guy's like, ah, shit! And it slams into the wall. That guy takes 66 times 5 damage as well. He's hanging out on the car.
I was gonna say, he's not even in the car, is he? He's gonna hit the wall. Like,
Yeah.
body to wall.
Well, it ain't gonna be good.
And not for him.
He takes 105 damage
Smear.
and is killed instantly. Ah, the Wilhelm scream. Alright. If you guys want to, I mean, it's up to you. You can keep heading to the chop shop, or you can double back. What do you guys want to do?
Well, we did see the guy with the data pad, so it's up to you guys, but we did see that.
Yeah, he, with the driver of the white car dies, and then the other guy gets smeared into non-existence. Quaritch, slams on the brakes, and then when it gets into a stop, he puts it into reverse, slams on the gas, and then does, like the spin towards where the bikers last were before putting it in drive and like peeling out towards them. 2 down,
Alright.
4 to go, boys.
Run the fuckers down.
I believe this will be what is called a drive-by shooting.
Oh, we'll see if we can get one alive.
Which one had the data pad? Was it Biggie or Fisher?
Fisher, I think, is the one that had the eye.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The data pad eye.
Yeah. Mhm.
Now, are they still trying to get into that vehicle, or what are they doing as he kind of approaches them at a high rate of speed?
You do notice that they've thrown somebody out onto the street. Let's see here. This guy, just somebody quick I found. They throw him out of the car, and it looks like they're, committing Grand Theft Auto there. And go ahead and make a dex check, Quaritch. Because you're driving up. If you hit a target number of 8 or higher, I'll say you have a chance to get real close to him. Okay. So you want to be like maybe about here or something? Or...
Yeah.
Okay. So you did the spin out and spun the car around and flying back at him. And I mean, you can burn a frenzy if you want to and fire out the window.
Nah.
They're not quite in the car yet.
We'll save that frenzy for just in case.
Okay. Fisher, he's about to get in the car and he can hear your car coming, the truck, and he pops back out and he kind of gets over the car, the top of it, the roof, and takes aim. What's he got here? A Glock T-17 tactical. He's gonna aim and try to hit Quaritch. You get a 6 cover there, Quaritch. Oh, that's a good shot.
So just standard dodge then, I assume.
Yeah, you can do with shield if you want, or dodge. I think it's both mechanically the same. And then you just put a 6 in the modifier. Alright. But you do have 10 armor. Time to take some damage.
So 10 damage.
Nice. That's still enough to not force you to make a drive check, and you're still good. Oh, he's gonna burn his frenzy. He's like, no, I gotta kill this guy. No aim on this one. Ah,
Another
That's
old
not
dodger again.
Ooh.
not a nat. Jam.
Just short each time.
Oh, that reminds me. Do you have an ability that helps you dodge that, or?
No, find out. Let me take a look.
Let's see here. Because you're a merc. Oh, you can burn 1 point of frenzy to soak 25 damage from any attack. You got the heavy ability.
Let's see how much damage I take before I
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Be good to save that frenzy then. Just for this. You could tank it, or you could just take it. That'd be 8.
I'll take 8.
Yeah. So another skim.
As he's driving towards them, it just starts blasting, and the first one kind of hits him in a meteor part of the upper torso, and then another one kind of clips his shoulder, and he's kind of kind of maintains the course as he's taking fire.
Sweet. All right, James.
Yeah, seeing Courage get hit, Dr. James, or Dr. Peterson, is not very happy and is going to immediately return fire in Fisher's direction. Badly return fire in its direction.
Ouch.
Yeah. Alright, let's try second attack. Just not rolling well. Nope.
Frenzy.
Alright. I'm gonna save it for now. So,
Okay.
as Dr. Peterson kind of leans out the car, I guess the sudden abrupt, probably a little bit of swerving from Quaritch getting hit throws off Dr. Peterson's aim, along with perhaps a little bit of lack of practice as the bullets fly wide above and probably hit off the building side behind him.
Oh, I think you're out of bullets now. Was that 6? I think that
Yeah,
might be.
definitely.
All right, Biggie. Biggie jumps in the car, and he's gonna start up the vehicle.
Oh wait, me. I have to go still.
Oh, sorry about that. Did I skip you?
No, yeah, no problem. Who was the one who shot Quartridge?
Fisher.
Yeah, it was
Okay.
Fisher.
So Jack's gonna take aim at Fisher and shoot. So modifier 2, but actions 2. Yes.
Nice shot. He's got that damn cover. But it's a good chance.
Oof.
Off the top of the car.
I'm gonna keep the frenzy for now. I think I'm also would have run out of bullets, so I need to do a reload.
All right, Biggie is starting the car. It's Quaritch. You definitely have the speed and the movement to get up to him.
Ram these fuckers.
Yeah, I was going to say, because Fisher's on top of the vehicle, isn't he? Is that what I heard?
He's behind it, like with the door open. He's like
Oh, okay.
leaning over the car.
If you hit the side of the car, you probably get the car to buckle his knees.
Yeah, if he's using the door for cover, he's just going to brace for impact and then just gun it to hit the car head on. And, just send Fisher catapulting through the air from the door being open.
Nice. They really can't dodge this, so I'm gonna say you smash them, and we're gonna see what kind of, I guess, damage happens here. Oh, barrel roll! Oh, Jesus. All right, anyone in the vehicle not restrained has a 60% chance of flying from the vehicle. Let's go ahead and actually make Quaritch make a roll. Biggie's fucked. He's in the car. Fisher, I'm going to give him a chance to dive out of the way. Go ahead and make
Roll
it.
1d4.
Yeah. Your dexterity
Oh,
for the driving.
let's see how many times it rolls. But yeah, let me do dexterity.
Yeah. 3 rolls. All right. Oh. He dives to the ground as this car gets slammed, and Biggie and the car go flipping. What is it? 3 times?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, You can go ahead and roll a D100, see if he goes flying from the vehicle. There's a 60% chance, so 60 or lower. Oh, he stays in the car, so it flips over a bunch of times, and he's like laying in the car, unconscious probably, or dead in the vehicle. Fisher dove out of the way, so your car will be like right about here.
So the car took, was that 1,100 times 3?
Yeah, it's like on fire and totally destroyed over there. And Biggie's burning, unless you guys wanted to save him.
Nah, we got one left still.
Fisher is getting up, and he's going to run, which he only gets here because he had to get up. So it's James's turn.
Yeah, Doctor. Oops, go ahead.
No, he's like, motherfuckers! And you can see him kind of like limping as he's running.
Dr. Fisher is just going to like pop his door open, still in the back seat, lean out, take aim, probably at the back of his other leg, and take a shot. Or actually, he needs to reload first, doesn't he?
Yeah, 2 actions to reload.
Rip. Oh, okay. Well, then I will reload and then friend.
Nice. That last frenzy point. Hurriedly.
So no aim, just a straight attack.
If you want to aim, you can try to make it 1 action to reload if you make it a dexterity check and succeed with a target number 6.
My dexterity is 11, so...
Yeah, if you want to just aim safely? Or
yeah, I'll
reload
just
safely?
I'll just reload safe. Still probably miss. God damn it.
He didn't get any cover this time, just dodge.
Nah, he's yeah.
Ah, I saw the double digits, yeah.
Yeah, it's all double digits.
Alright, Jack.
Jack's going to do the same thing, use 2 actions to reload, and then burn 1 frenzy to shoot. Yes, 20.
Oh,
Do it.
it's over.
Do it.
It's over. Is it over? He's hit.
Sweet.
He's got no armor, too.
And is there any power or just 1?
Just 1, yeah.
Yeah.
24. That takes him down to 4 hit points. Let me see. 28 is his max. If he takes 90%, is that 90%? Let me see. 24 times.
Not quite, I don't think. It's gonna be like he's gotta get down to 2.
Oh wait. 28 times 0.9?
He's at 85% damage if he took 24.
Oh, okay. I must have hit something wrong. If he would have taken 25, he'd have been fucked up. Okay. It's enough to knock him down, though. Knocks him back to the ground, so he's prone. And, it's Biggie's dead. It's Quaritch.
Can I get on top of him with 2 actions? I don't know how much I can move.
You can, your movement is next to your dexterity attribute. Let's see here. You can run, double your movement. Let's see.
Dexterity.
Oh, that seems wrong.
Movement, it says 2 of 4.
That's
2 over
definitely
4.
wrong. You should start with 3, 4, 5. Oh, okay. So you should be able to run 10 hexes. I don't know why it's that. We might have to look that up and fix that.
10 is literally right on top of him.
Nice. And then that would be unarmed.
Yeah, I'm not going to hit him with a machete. I'll just punch him real hard.
Okay. Nice. So he's prone, he suffers a negative modifier to dodge this. And he's fucking hurting, so he's -3. That's a hit. And this is unarmed damage, power 2.
All right.
Alright. And he is knocked out, basically.
As he, gets knocked down from the gunshot and rolls, Quaritch just comes up, and as he tries to get up, punches him right in the face, knocking him unconscious. And that he just kind of looks around and sees the woman or whoever that is, and kind of nods. Sorry about your car. And then just starts dragging the banger into the back of the truck. And after that, kind of like nonchalantly shakes his long coat off of the water and gets in the car, and maybe the front end is smashed up real good and maybe smoking a little. And it's kind of like have that high-pitched grinding whine, and he just puts it in drive and does a Yui and starts heading back to his original destination.
Hell yeah. To speed things up here for the end here, you guys are able to find Haley alive, along with another girl, that they've been kept in cages at the chop shop. They're in bad condition. They look like they've been on drugs and stuff for a while, or being doped up, with their cybernetics removed. But you do save the girls, and you've got Fisher alive, apparently. So we'll do an ending scene with you guys victorious here. Back at Small's place, if you like. Everybody got a view?
Yep.
Cool. Yeah, Mr. Smalls, he smiles as you guys bring in Fisher, and he nods to the guys. Take him away. He's like, this motherfucker's gonna feel some pain. You guys did a great job. I know I could count on you.
Mr. Smalls, if I may, before he feels pain, I would advise that he be stabilized and coerced into answering many questions. The establishment that we went up against seemed well armed and well connected. It is more than just abducting girls by the looks of it. Something more is afoot. Your business may just have been unlucky enough to be targeted for girls like Haley, but to me, it's not clear if there is profit to be made or heads to be chopped.
He says, I'll get to the bottom of it. I think I know who might be responsible for this.
After quickly dispatching Spider, despite his gruff demeanor, Quaritch is surprisingly gentle with Haley and the other girl, carrying them into the car and gently setting them down, on the couch inside the small office before resuming his post standing in the back as Mr. Smalls talks to Dr. James and Mr. Anderson.
And, yep, and you guys get the 10 grand and the girl and save the day.
Nice. Excellent work.
Thanks for playing, guys.
Thank you.
Yes,
This was
thank
awesome.
you very much.
Had a little car chase, and Wasn't too bad.
Splattered some people.
Both inside and outside of cars.
I was laughing. I was like, the one guy that was probably best at shooting was forced to drive the whole time.
Yeah.
Not that he would have given the keys to either of them, but
Exactly, that's the thing.
What was funny is like when I went to like look at his weapons, because when he got that natural 20, I was like, oh, he's gonna shoot back, but he hadn't had pulled his pistol out. He had like a 9, like the smallest 9mm, and then he had like an axe and a baseball bat with nails. I was like, fucking shit. He just flicks you off.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah.
This poor bystander just watched their car being totaled.
I feel bad for that person.
yeah, it's just that person's like, oh, thank goodness they're not going to steal, and it's totaled.
Yeah.
Can you imagine the insurance claim on that thing?
Yeah, as if anyone in these slums have insurance.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I just imagine seeing Quaritch, pulling into the garage of, Blue Haze, just the radiator smoking, and maybe puts it into park so hard, not that these vehicles have hubcaps, but like, a hubcap falls off. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
so,
riddled- Just riddled with bullet holes everywhere.
Yeah, Peterson just makes the comment, I think it could use some new oil.
flicks the keys, to one of the other bodyguards. That'll buff out.
At the junkyard.
Nice.
Well, guys, good game. I have to call it a night. Thank you for running, Rogue. This is awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Rogue.
Yes. Thank you,
Right.
guys.
Hey,
Have a good
Great
night,
game,
y'all.
Frag. Hope to play with you more.
I hope to be around more.
Yes, well. I'm sure we'll see you. Play
Well,
soon.
there's only time will tell, so
Yeah.
Right.
All right.
Good night.
Good night, y'all.
have a good night.
Later.
Oh,
What's
all
that?
right. I was gonna talk to Rogue and tell him I enjoyed his system, because that's
Right.
his design of his system. So.
Yeah, it's a fun system. I've played the fantasy version, not the more modern version.
What's it called? Dreadgrave or something like that?
So this one is like based off, I think, of Chaos 6010, and then the other one is Demon Gate.
Demon Gate, that's what it was. Yeah, no, I like the system a lot, actually. Anyways, yeah, I hope to see you around more. Is it Polterweck, or is it's a play off Walter Peck, obviously,
It's-
from Ghostbusters?
So what it is I was one of the first members of Blades and Blasters, but then
Gotcha.
I got booted by someone who's no longer with the group. And then when they invited me back, I just changed the initials, and I was like, no, I'm not Walter Peck, I'm Palter Weck.
Gotcha. Makes sense.
Yeah, it was funny. I thought it, and then I never bothered changing it, and then someone's like, your
Oh.
name's Palter? I'm like, oh, I forgot about that.
Right. Anyways, I do hope to see all you guys around more. Hopefully I didn't do too bad.
No, I thought it was fun, did good job, and I saw you said you like Pendragon. We've been doing a lot of Paladin lately.
Yeah,
so-
you're in you're in the Paladin group, aren't you?
Yep,
So-
I am. I play Samson.
Yes, I need to catch up more. I'm only through episode 2, so I got a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, it we just had some fun experiences. I don't think we post the winter event rolls, but yeah, if you listen to all of it, it's pretty funny along the way where the characters go and what they do.
Right. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Like you said, I have played a bit of Pendragon. I haven't played through the whole story. I played through the first 20 years. I'll be honest. It's hard to keep a Pendragon group going because there's so many different years in that game, and I think in my group we only did a year a session, so it's just a long-term commitment.
Yeah, it's tough. I totally get it because this is all about advancing through the years, and we started in 67 was our first year.
7, and I think Paladin ends in 810, I want to say.
Somewhere around there, and we're currently on. We just got to next year. Will be the beginning, I think, of 772. So we're only 5 years in. But I think our first 3 episodes all take place in the first year. I feel like I'd have to go back.
I
and look,
think so, because in the first episode, you guys got, what was it, Lady Gerwin? You saved her, and that all happened. And now the part in the episode where I am, you guys are in the bar before I think you guys are going to head out east towards the Germanic tribes and do some retribution out there. So we'll see. But if memory serves me right, that's where you guys are, and where I am in the series right now. But yeah, I heard. I think it was either you or Bo actually said, like, when I joined the server, sometime last week, that you guys have nearly died several times. So.
Well, in the first episode, I take a major wound. You
got hit by an axe pretty good, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I got hurt pretty good. I've actually taken 3 major wounds over the course of the game, and a couple other people. I think William, honestly, he probably should have died the last episode. I won't spoil how it got to it, but
right.
Yeah, it's pretty funny on who wants to find who and betroth to get who and what they do. But yeah, it's definitely